All right, hey everybody. My name's Morganite, and you can see my lovely DM Zip there. I apologize in
Hello.
advance for my really weird sounding voice today. I've been sick this whole week, and I'm regaining my ability to talk now. so we may not go as long as we usually do, depending on how I'm holding up, but we'll let you know. So,
So
yeah.
today we're gonna jump pretty quick in, because we might have a shorter session. So
Thank you, Mueller.
let yes, hello, and Weissmuller. Um, I'll address one thing. And Weissmuller was saying, book 12 is where he never made it past, and that's awesome. If you stick with us, we are gonna go all the way to book 20 and maybe beyond, depending on how we feel after that. But yeah, I'm planning a level 1 through level 20 campaign, so awesome. All right,
Oh,
let us get going. So just to catch everybody up, our adventure began last time with a new character, the dwarf paladin named Shard, who Shard. I should enunciate that D, so it doesn't sound like
Char.
Shard. Shard. Shard, who happened to be present at the Battle of Homeguard during the destruction of Dark Lord Zagarna, and who had come to the north ages ago in response to a prophecy she had witnessed that said that eventually the north would fall, their savior Lone Wolf would fall, and they would need as many warriors as possible to help fight back the evil that would threaten them. So Shard thus saw her prophecy come true when Lone Wolf fell during the Caverns of Cult adventure, and Shard has volunteered for a quest to help keep the country of Summerlin safe. That quest was to search out a band of knights, kind of a platoon of knights, really, that had been sent forth to find out why golden gems are being stolen on their passage from the South Ruinon up to Homeguard and Summerland. Basically, stealing the king's gold. Stealing the king's gold. Shard went along with the second group of people to be sent out, which was a group of border rangers under her command. They had some adventures last time, which you can see in the Twitch feed still, and eventually on YouTube. We will just say that they ended with some disaster.
A little bit.
Half of the border rangers had to go back north, and the rest were murdered in the town of Eschner. Shard escaped that massacre and made her way into the woods. She's somewhere around here on the map right now, and she has just found an entrance to some mines. I'm gonna change the picture here and get us more into the mindset. Dare I say the mindset? Oh, that
Oh
was bad.
no.
That was bad.
Oh, the puns.
Oh Lord. All right, forgive me. So anyway, we're gonna jump right in with where we're starting, and it looks like we have S Blackheart. Welcome as well to the live play. Excited to see somebody new watching. And let's jump right in. So you have entered the mine, and you go about maybe, well, it's not far. Let's say you travel for about 3 to 5 minutes. You can even still distantly see the light of day shining at the entrance of the mine when you come across the way is blocked. The way is blocked by a stack of boulders and rocks and debris that looks like it has maybe collapsed here, blocking any way forward. And you are a dwarf, though, and you
Dark vision, yay!
you have dark vision, and you also have knowledge of mining and
I
engineering,
do. I
things
get
like
like
that.
some sort of I can follow the stone bonus.
Yeah, you have, let's see, I'm trying to think of the skills right here. Let's do an investigation check, and let's
Okay.
give you advantage on it. and we'll see if you can figure out a way to move forward. If not, you're gonna have to exit into the woods and make your way overland to Ruinon.
How does a 14 do?
That's enough. You recognize that this is not a cave-in. This was you're looking around a
Deliberate?
cave-in. Yeah, this was deliberate. Maybe like a trap even left here. And it looks like it was triggered obviously at some point. Or these things were stacked here, but they seem a little haphazard to have been stacked. And you think that probably because it's not a cave-in, you could safely try to remove this barrier by moving the rocks and stone. Do you wish to do that, or do you want to go back out and try to
Yeah,
make
I
your way
have some
overland?
strength. I could try and do that.
Cool. So then you're going to commit yourself to this. You will be able to do it. It's not a matter so much of if you can do it as to how tired you may be after doing it. So let's do let's make a strength. Let's do athletics. We'll give you athletics on this.
Only a 13. I rolled pretty poorly, but I had a 6 bonus to that, so.
13. Okay. I'm gonna say that that's high enough that you managed to get through it. But you have gained a level of exhaustion.
Right.
And so add on a level of exhaustion. This first level means that all of your ability checks, like perception, basically any kind of skill check, is going to be at disadvantage because you're tired.
Yay.
But you do manage to move these rocks around, and while you're doing that, you come across something odd. You find lying in the boulders a bracelet with 2 gemstones on it. It looks like it's Did I lose something? Am I still there?
You're still here.
Oh,
Quick
that's
question:
weird.
how's the music, guys? Nobody's complained. I'm assuming it's okay.
Little message popped up and said I'd lost internet connection, but
Oh.
clearly I did not, because I'm still here.
Yes, on at least 3 devices. So.
Yeah, it lies. Music
Okay.
is fine.
Thanks.
Good.
All
Yeah,
right.
if the music gets too loud, let us know.
Yeah.
So, or if it turns into death metal,
Or if it turns into death metal because I'm not paying attention. Yeah. I love it. It's so bonkers sometimes.
If we're describing an intense combat, the music is do 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 do.
Yeah.
Let us know. This is a bracelet, and it has 2 gemstones in it, and it looks valuable, and it's in very good condition despite having been buried under these boulders.
Huh. Does it seem like it's super special or just worth money?
You're not sure, but you feel like you should definitely take it with you.
Okay.
I mean, at the very least, it's worth some money.
It's coming in the pocket. Let's put it.
All right, you stick it in the pocket,
Mm-hmm.
and you climb over and through the little hole you've made, and you come to a kind of a. It looks like a large sort of cave here.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd think at first that it is a dead end, but you spot something unusual. Lying there's first of all there's a small opening in the end of the cave that looks like here there might have been a cave in at some point, but you can squeeze through this small opening. What's unusual is lying next to that opening is a full suit of armor.
Ooh.
It's somewhat, I mean, it's kind of like cool armor. I don't know what else to say about it. It's got like spikes. It's like bling armor. It's got spikes.
Nice.
And like it's there's lots of like little engravings on it. It looks like a fine suit of armor. It's not your size, I will say, and it's also been laying here for quite a while and has probably been ruined. You can see that rust has set in. you can see that there are little mushrooms growing up and out through the armor.
The integrity of
But
the armor.
there's no body inside. But there is a scroll sitting against the armor.
Okay. Let's go check that out.
So you unroll the scroll, and it is a letter, and it's written in 2 languages. I don't know that we ever identified or established what languages Shard
I
knows.
should have 4 languages, and 2 of them
4,
are
okay.
Common and Dwarvish, and we didn't talk about it.
Well, the way I usually do languages in Dungeons and Dragons game, because I think it's kind of fun, it's a little bit metagamey. But if you have languages, I let you kind of declare them as we go until you run out of languages.
Okay.
So, if I'm like, this message looks to be written in Draconic, and you want to be like, I know Draconic.
For
I'm
some
okay with that,
reason.
as long as you have... Yeah, it's just because, you want your languages to match kind of the adventure, and not just be like, I know evil language, and you never hear it. I think that's kind of silly. I will say, if you wish to right now, one of the languages on here, one is common, so that's fine. The other language is the language of the Chianti, which are they're southerners, or I should say, they live in the far southern reaches of Magnamund, and they are great, powerful wizards.
Ooh, that would be a handy thing to know. Yeah.
So, you know Chianti, and you can recognize that the note, unfortunately, doesn't have anything special added in. It's just the same note written both in Chianti and in Common.
Okay.
The letter says, and it's written in a very nice flowing script, that says, "They are coming. Rashern has led me into a trap. He thinks that I cannot escape, but he underestimates my resolve. If I leave behind my armor, I can just barely squeeze through this passage. Foolish Rashern, does he not know I am the mistress of glitches? Unfortunately, I shall have to leave my birthday present, as I dropped it in my haste, and have not had the time to seek it again. Reader, if you find it, it is yours, a gift for the Chianti, for deeds I did for them. Yet I will trade it all if only I can escape this and bring Rashern to justice." And the letter is signed Morgana. And this is definitely not in the original adventures. This is my birthday present to Morganite. For it being your birthday, which I think was your birthday.
It was my birthday on Sunday, and I was horribly ill, and we did not actually stream because I was horribly ill.
So because of that, I'm giving it to you now. It is this bracelet that you have found.
Okay.
And you now know that it's magical, and Morganite's letter, or Morgana's letter, goes on to describe its properties, which are basically it is a bracelet of luck. We're gonna call it Happy Birthday Bracelet.
Ooh, it's the Happy Birthday Bracelet.
You can use it twice in its entire lifetime.
Okay.
And this is what it does. On any skill check or saving throw, you can declare that you have rolled a natural 20. Or on any, and you can do that once.
Hang on! Spider! Gotta kill
it! Oh, random encounters. This is a random encounter.
It was a random encounter. It came out from under my desk. I had to kill it. I didn't want it crawling under my toes.
Okay. Don't like that. Random encounter.
I don't want a spider on my toes.
we get a lot of random encounters during our live stream. If we'll have Cute Nukem show up at some point too, and be a random encounter.
Right. But the fuzzy lion attacks with kisses.
The fuzzy lion attacks. All right. So you can use each of these things one time. The first time, or not the first time, but whenever you choose to use this, you can make any saving or skill check a natural 20. You can do that once. Also, you can make any attack roll a critical hit, a natural 20, once.
Nice.
When you've used one of these abilities, one of the gemstones will crack, and you won't be able to use that ability again. So that is the birthday bracelet. Happy birthday!
Thank you.
All right. You still have basically two options. You can try to push through. It looks like Morgana probably dropped her armor here and tried to squeeze through this small passage. You can either do that, or you can go back outside.
I mean, do I have a sense that this will basically take me where I need to go?
I mean, you know that you're in the mines of Ruinon, which do connect ultimately to Ruinon, which is where you want to go. You know, you're going to have to find your way through the mines to get there. Or if you go back outside, you're going to have to make a potentially longer trek, maybe a little bit more straightforward, but you'll have to go all the way through the forest, around the mountain, and down through the forest to Ruinon. Which is completely up to you what you want to do. You know that there are bandits wandering the woods, so there will be that to contend with for sure. Otherwise, yeah, it's your decision here. You make the call.
I'm not terribly stealthy with this character. She's more of a run and head on kind of build. I mean, she's a dwarf. Let's go through the mines.
All right. So you push through this, and you're not using your torch, right? You're just using your dark vision.
Yeah, no, I don't need a torch right now.
Okay, so you push through the small tunnel, and it is a tight fit because you're a broad-shouldered woman. You are a dwarf, but you manage to make it through without any problems, and you pull yourself out into another tunnel. Much larger, of course. This is like a mining tunnel. And you can see that it's supported by a crisscross of props and beams. The rock around here is damp, which kind of explains how the armor got rusted. And you see a narrow rivulet of ore-stained water running along the tunnel floor. The tunnel goes off in kind of both directions. You can either go to the left or the right.
Can I use Augury?
Yes, I think you've used it once today. So this will have a potential chance of failure. Let me make a roll here. Okay, go ahead and ask your question. You don't know if it'll be honest or not.
Right. Does the direction to the right lead to where I want to go?
It says yes. You get the sense that yes.
All right.
So you spend about 10 minutes kind of meditating here.
All right, let's go to the right.
Reaching out of your senses, and then you decide to go right.
Yep. Let's do it.
Miles you walk. The tunnel descends just into solid rock. You're occasionally startled by unexpected swarms of glowing mine flies or the fluttering bats that swoop out of the darkness, attracted by the body heat and chasing the flies. You eventually reach a chamber where, oddly enough, a small wooden hut has been built against the wall. You are now very, very tired, by the way. So it's your call. You can press on, regardless of your fatigue, or you can decide that here you want to take basically a long rest here.
Let's explore the hut. Just make sure it's safe before I declare I'm sleeping.
Yeah, you push open the door of the hut and see that it probably was like a way station, maybe even a storage area. It's full of mining tools, picks, shovels, wheelbarrows. They're stacked all along the far wall of the hut. You can take a pick or a shovel. The wheelbarrow's probably going to just slow you down. If you take a pick or a shovel, it counts as 2 backpack items. Either one. So both of them together would be 4 backpack items.
Right.
They're big. There doesn't seem to be anything. I mean, you can make a perception roll if you'd like to see if you spot anything else.
Sure. She's not terribly perceptive. Nope. That was a 6. She doesn't see anything else.
Yeah, no, no, you're too tired.
Yep.
You're like, and you have to
done.
roll disadvantage at that anyways. I forgot to say that.
Oh,
So.
well. Oh, wow, she rolled worse.
Oh yeah, you're really tired.
Yeah, she's real pooped. We're ready for bed now.
What was your lower roll, out of curiosity?
I rolled a 3, so 5. I rolled a 4 and a 3. Yeah.
5 and 6. You're like, maybe I see something, then you blink. You're like, no, I don't. So yeah, you're really tired. You don't see anything in here aside from what you've seen. There's no bed or anything, but the floor would be easily to curl up on.
Yeah, I mean, we may as well.
Are you gonna sleep here?
Yeah, let's do it. See if I can get rid of my exhaustion.
Do you have any hit points missing, or?
Yeah, I do.
How many?
11.
11. Roll a d10. You'll get that many hit points back. Your exhaustion's gonna go away.
7.
Right. So take 7 hit points. Your exhaustion's gone, and you feel very refreshed. Any spells? Your spells recover after a long rest, right?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Okay. So cool. I think augury though is like it's daily, right?
It's daily.
Augury done?
Yeah.
Perfect. So that one will still hold. You're still in a 24-hour period here, but all your other spells have been refreshed. All right, feeling much better. You exit the tunnel, or sorry, you're done. That was it. That was the bind.
Yeah, we're done. All right.
Hi, Rezi. Welcome to the chat. You leave the hut and go a little ways further until the tunnel splits again.
Just so you know, you're gonna find this highly amusing later, but we've got sort of like an island tropical vibe going on right now with the music.
Oh my lord.
It's pretty great.
Oh wow. Okay. So yeah, that's definitely the wrong vibe for this. This is more of a solemn, sad, lonely vibe. But maybe for a dwarf, this is like a tropical paradise.
Right.
Maybe that's what this is. In any case, you've got 2 options here. There's 2 more tunnels that lead away from the chamber, and you can choose either one. There's one that kind of goes straight on, and there's one that branches off.
I feel like the main way is probably the way to go to get out of here.
Just continue on?
Probably. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Let me pull that up real quick. Make sure I'm on the right page here. Beautiful. So you soon arrive at a collapsed section of the tunnel. A wide rift has appeared in the floor, and there's a makeshift bridge that's been thrown across the rift. In spite of the many gaping holes in the bridge floor, you think it wouldn't be too difficult to cross this and make your way to the other side. You're also hungry now, so you're going to have to eat a meal if you have one.
Pack that had some meals in it. Yeah.
Did you have a meal?
Yeah. I think I had...
Check.
I think I had 2 or 3 of them.
I feel like you had 2. Maybe. What's your backpack say?
2 says... 2 sounds
what's
right.
What's your backpack say? We're just making this up.
I don't... Hang on. What backpack did I grab? Hang on. Let me... Page are my adventures gear. Let's see. Weapons.
I know you had some rope, I think.
Yeah. No, that's all. Where's the pack? Here we are. Oh, if it's the Explorer pack, then I'm good. I have 10 days of rations.
Oh, you actually bought an explorer. You actually brought an explorer's pack with you.
I mean, that was the plan. I could take a pack, unless you didn't want me to do that.
No. You can definitely take it. Just make sure you're limiting yourself to the 8-item stuff. So.
Okay. Well, it comes with a bunch of torches, so I've tossed the 2 that I grabbed. Then I didn't need to grab those earlier. But the tinder's good.
Let's say this. Let's say you have your tinder, your that's a special item. So don't worry about that. Let's say that you have your 2 torches. I want to say you got rope, but even if you didn't, we're gonna say 2 of your slots are hit by rope, and then we'll say 2 slots were with meals.
Well, Nysarius had rope, which is I think why we're remembering that, because she had to cough that up in our last adventure.
Well, I'll say your pack had rope in it.
I mean,
I'm okay with that, unless you want something else instead of the rope.
No, rope makes sense.
Okay, and then you have 2 free slots. I think 1 is taken up by a potion, though, because you got a potion from Mamba.
Yep.
And then what would you like to be in your free slot? You can take anything that you would have gotten from the Explorer's Pack. So it could be an extra meal, it could be something else.
I mean, food would be good.
So 3 meals?
Yeah.
All right, so now cut those down to 2 meals.
Okay.
Anything else that you had that would have been in the pack is not there. We'll just say.
All right.
Because 8-item limit.
All right, sounds good.
Cool. I'm actually thinking of bringing some of the limits over to our other game to make it a little bit more easy to keep track of equipment and not picture Tyrion walking around carrying like 20 axes.
Well, he's been forced to drop his big ones, so.
So now he's just got a million little ones.
Yeah.
All right, so you eat a meal, and are you going to cross the bridge here?
What is this tropical nonsense? Hang on, I gotta skip this. This doesn't this does not work.
While she's doing that, I'll say Chasm of Doom is a really cool adventure that I think gives you a ton of different options.
What is this? Now we're in Pirate Coves.
I mean, is it like shanties?
Accordion.
No, let's get something more ambient on.
Okay, we're good.
All right. So,
jeez.
You've eaten, and now you have to decide whether you want to cross this bridge or not.
I mean, might as well try.
So we're just gonna make it. You start walking across the bridge. This isn't crazy hard. It's not like shaking or there's nothing like flying at you. Actually, no. That sounds fun. Let's say you're halfway across the bridge, and then suddenly a flurry of bats. I don't know what a group of bats is called, but
I mean, a flurry sounds about right. You know?
That sounds right? It's probably something strange, like a conundrum of bats or something like that.
Right.
But we're gonna call it a flurry of bats erupts from a crack in the cave and comes flying at you, and you have to make a sudden dex save to not lose your footing here.
Okay. Dex. 18.
Oh yeah, you're fine. Your bats don't bother you. You plant your feet and put up your hands just to avoid your face getting accidentally clawed by one of these things, and presently the sounds of their squeaks and cries.
A colony of bats.
A colony of bats.
Boring.
Okay.
They should have done something fancy.
Yeah, conundrum of bats would have been a good one. A Hammer horror movie of bats flies at you, and you let them go by. You're okay. You cross the bridge. The bridge leads to another tunnel, which you follow for, you're estimating, probably about 3 hours, before arriving at a great hall where several tunnels, all of different depths, meet up. A series of wide stone ramps connect each tunnel to those immediately above and below. 4 levels below you, as you look over the edge of some of these ramps, you see teams of men pushing wagon loads of ore. Others, dressed in red armor, stand guard over the wagon pushers and urge them on with whips and curses that drift up to you from below. You're on the highest level right now. The only way really to proceed is by descending the ramp to a tunnel on the lower level. But to your dismay, you spot that each of the ramps is guarded by armed men.
Ah, crap.
To be more specific, there are 2 guards sitting near the tunnel entrance below that you're trying to get to. They are laughing and giggling and pointing at an empty wine flagon that lies at their feet. You give me a perception. Give me an insight roll.
Another 18.
Yeah, they're drunk. They're really drunk.
Okay.
What do you want to do? Welcome to the cast, Don. Hello.
Can I... Oh, God. I don't know if my brain is up to this today.
Yeah, you're gonna be in character to somebody who's been addled and that is
Oh, God, I know. I'm just like, what? Hi, how are you today, guys? I'm a little like, ooh. I'm still like high on cough meds and stuff, guys, so sorry.
Awesome. That'll make this interesting.
I didn't want to like cough a lung up while I was doing this, so I took some meds and stuff, and so I'm feeling really floaty.
It's probably there's some cave mushrooms or something in here.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's what's going on. You're like you stepped on some spores and now you're just like, oh man, I'm feeling a little floaty. I don't know if that's what Shard sounds like. Maybe she's got that like growly dwarf voice. She's like, hey.
Zip hoped that I was still like sounding as bad as I did a couple of days ago when I called him, because I apparently had the best growly dwarf voice ever, and I was like, I hope I don't feel this bad in a couple days, but thanks.
It was perfect. I was sort of selfishly hoping she was still sick, because it was like husky and like deep and just, it sounded nothing like Morganite, but it sounded quite a lot like I'd imagine Shard sounds.
Well, I'm gonna skip the didgeridoo music.
We need to put on another channel.
There we go. This is better.
All right.
Jesus.
All right. Time to decide. How are you moving forward?
I mean, I don't know how well I'm gonna be able to bluff my way through this, potentially. What's my deception? My deception's actually pretty high. I could try bluffing.
You try bluffing?
I don't really know what story I'd go with, because I don't know much about the world as much as you guys do who've read the books and stuff, so.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to come up with something fairly convincing.
Some sort of a messenger, I don't know, looking for, I don't know, the boss. Heck if I know. I really don't know. I'm a little.
You could also try. You think that you could potentially drop down.
Sneak past them, maybe?
Yeah, like kind of come at them at an angle or create a distraction to draw their attention. You rolled high enough on your insight to kind of get that.
Yeah, let's try to... I mean, I clearly am not wearing the same outfits as everybody else, and I don't want to become like a slave of the mines. So let's see if I can... Yeah, stealth past, I guess, or do some sort of sleight of hand, like throw a rock behind him or something like that.
Make also a quick. There's history, right?
Yeah.
Make a history check.
19.
So this isn't normal, like. You know how the mining system of Ruinon works. It's not like a slave system. So you haven't just stumbled onto like normal mining operations. There's something. These guards don't belong here.
Okay.
But yeah, you could. Yeah, you're gonna try to get by them myself.
Yeah, let's see if I can get past them without attracting too much attention.
All right. Then, you are you gonna do a distraction or just try to sneak by?
A distraction might be a better idea.
All right. What are you thinking?
Either, yeah, do the whole, like, throw a rock away over there, make them look in that direction while I run past, or, like, I don't know, I can't... Unless Shard has some deep secret ability to throw her voice in ventriloquism or something.
I don't think so. I don't know. Was she a ventriloquist in
No,
lore?
I don't know that that goes too well with her seer background.
I'll re-describe the area. It's a huge hall. You're at the top. There's a series of wide stone ramps that connects each tunnel to those immediately above and below. And so, 4 levels below you, the teams of men are pushing wagon loads of ore, and there's red armored guards standing over them and whipping and cursing.
And there's a whole bunch of these red guards, right?
Yeah, down below. There's a lot of those.
Okay, so we definitely don't want to attract everybody.
And there's lights all over the place. There's torches.
Okay.
And sconces. These men don't see in the dark, so.
Oh.
There's a lot of torches lit.
Oh. Wow. Worst case scenario, I could keep dousing torches as I go by. Confuse everybody. Why is it dark over there? I don't know. Let's just try and sneak past him.
Okay, so you wait till the men have kind of turned and are there's you see your moment. There's a call up from below, and the 2 guards kind of approach the edge and are yelling back like sort of playful curses down below, like, hey, the call up is like, we're gonna be getting a move on in a minute. And they're like, you gotta move on. We're gonna stay here with the wine. You should come up here and drink some. If you spill some on you, it doesn't matter. You're already wearing red. And they're a little distracted, so you can make your stealth roll now.
Okay. Which I believe I have to do at a disadvantage because I'm wearing fucking chainmail.
Oh, you might.
Yep.
Sometimes dwarves, though, depending on what you took, I think there's one race of dwarves that doesn't have disadvantage on their stuff. Let me
Mountain dwarf? I don't think it's mountain.
It is. I want to say it is. No, it's not either of those. That might be a feat that I'm thinking of.
It's probably
okay. Feat. Go ahead and make your disadvantage.
I mean, that's a Skyrim buff, but we're not playing Skyrim. 15?
15, let me see. I'm going to make a perception roll for them. Fortunately, they also have disadvantage because they are drunk. Unfortunately, they rolled high. So, you're halfway down the ramp when one of the guards turns back laughing, and he just kind of freezes as he sees you. He blinks and rubs his bloodshot eyes in disbelief. And you're already you're gonna have a chance for a surprise round here. But he spots you. So what's your action?
Just the one saw me?
Currently, but he's about to call out.
I could potentially knock him off the edge.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Do you want to make a do like
a bum rush to like tackle him off? Well, I mean not tackle.
Yeah.
I don't want to go off the edge too, but
I'm moving to get my dice. That's why this screen is changing.
And hope that the distraction, like everyone's looking at the other guy, like, oh, dude, what do you do?
Yeah, go ahead and make a strength check. That's what that is.
This is gonna be great, guys. I'm gonna end up in like the world's worst like situation here because I'm gonna be fighting 300 guards.
This is just a bum rush.
All right. Sorry. What am I rolling? Initiative.
Strength.
Strength. 17. My +4.
All right. This guy's drunk, so I'm gonna give him disadvantage. He would have beaten you, but his drunkenness, he doesn't react quite fast enough. He rolled a 17 and a 14.
Nice.
Let me see I don't think his bonus is a +3 to strength. Let me take a quick look at his stats. I'm pretty sure you're just gonna charge him up though. So you come charging at him, and he's got a +2 to strength. So he rolled a 16 to your 17. But it's not enough. You just as he shouts, you strike and send him tumbling over the edge of the ramp. His cry just echoes down, and you hear him crash down 3 levels below you. Mm-hmm. He is clearly dead. The other guard draws his sword and staggers towards you. Mm-hmm. He's definitely very drunk. And he springs at you like a rabid dog. We're going to roll initiatives here.
Okay.
He rolled like a drunk man. He rolled a critical fail.
Nice. Well, then I go first. I rolled 12.
You're going to go first. So you get first attack here.
Mm-hmm. Then I'm going to hit him with my sword. Which, hang on. I can't read my handwriting. What did I put down for this damn thing? Alright, 2 seconds, guys. I have to mute myself so I can cough along up.
Oh no. While she is coughing a lung up, which maybe is where her sword is located, I'll finish what I was saying earlier. There's a lot of paths through Chasm, which are really cool. It's actually one of the books where I actually haven't seen everything. In researching for this adventure, I finally got to check out some of the paths that I hadn't ever been on before, and there's a lot of stuff going on in the mines. Like, there's encounters I've never had. There's definitely encounters she won't have, so we won't see them. But for anybody who does want to go back and try this book after the live stream, it's a really fun one, and it's got a lot of replayability because of that.
Okay. Hopefully you were all spared the indignity of listening to that.
I heard nothing.
Good. That worked. Hey,
right.
OFX, how you doing?
Oh, hello, OFX. Are you just getting here?
Yeah, so let's see, I'm holding it one-handed, it's 1d8, I got my shield in the other hand. It's a +1, plus the strength. And, okay, I think that's it. I think that's all that I have.
Alright, make your attack roll, or whatever you're gonna do.
Yeah.
The tunnel is near you too, so you could try to squeeze past this guy and evade. You could use disengage if you don't want to take the attack of opportunity. Mm-hmm. Or you can dash and get far ahead of him and take the attack of opportunity. Or you can just fight him here and make
because I'm already gonna have like a bunch of people ahead of me now because a body came flying down from above. Potentially.
So want to take him down, huh?
I kind of don't like the idea of having somebody behind me that can flank me.
All right, sweet. Take him down.
Oh yeah, I rolled an 18. So wait, is that Dex with the sword?
No, that should be strength.
It's strength. Yeah, okay.
You're using the long sword, right?
That's right.
So it's like strength mod plus your proficiency. Plus 1 because it's a special weapon. All right. So go ahead and make your damage roll. which is also going to be your strength mod, not proficiency, and you'll get a +1.
11.
11 damage?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. Your first cut is pretty good, actually. You just slash across his face, and he backs away so it doesn't take off his head, but you've opened up a deep cut under his eye, and he kind of is holding a hand there and still yelling just drunkenly like, "Oh, you motherfucker! I gotta, yeah, just ruin the thing!" He's coming at you. It's not making a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything else you're doing this round, or
No.
otherwise he's gonna? Okay, so he's not he's drunk, so he's getting disadvantage on his rolls. Which is good for you because he's rolling really high otherwise. He's probably it looks from my dice like he's a really capable soldier who's just really drunk.
Really, really drunk.
Yeah, I mean, he's rolling 18s, 20s, but then he's also rolling 4s and 2s.
Nice.
So,
I'll take that.
this is a lesson to everybody. Just, when you do drink in moderation. You never know.
Don't drink when you're, in the dark mines with the swords.
You never know when a dwarf is going to come out of the darkness and kick your friend off a ledge. So,
yep.
Beware. Drinker beware. All right, so he twice it comes at you, and he's strong, but he's also drunk, and his sword cracks loudly against just the stone above your head. It's almost like he's trying to fight you as if you're a full height person.
That might be the problem.
It's your turn again.
All right, let's try and hit him again. 20 to hit. I think I got him.
Yep, you get him.
Pretty sure.
And we're listening to our Hawaiian tropical music.
No.
It's a tropical fight. Tropical fight.
Everyone have a party. 9 this time.
Yeah, good again. You bloody him this time by you're using the sword and a shield, right?
Yeah.
So you just sort of bash him in the face with the shield and come at him from another angle with the sword, and he barely blocks it, but you're wearing him down. And he follows up with he does hit you on his second strike. 18?
Okay. No.
18.
Oh yeah, 18 is my AC.
Okay, so finally he manages to get a swing on you, and he deals. Oof! It's good. It's a 11 damage hit.
Oh, okay.
So you're right. He was strong. He finally when he finally lands a hit on your armor, it like knocks the wind out of you, and pushes you back towards the edge of the pit. And or the edge of the pit really, and he suddenly lunges at you and tries to wrap his arms around you and shove you off. Why don't you guys make strength checks here?
Okay. Also, I should have gotten my lay on hands pull back right after I slept. That's how that works. Yes.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
All right. Just double checking.
I'll look it up for you while we roll dice.
A drunken master, right? All right, 16 for Shard.
Okay, you guys are kind of like grappling here at the edge of the pit. You've managed to avoid being shoved off, and you kind of get yourself like in a position where you guys are both like sideways, like your feet slipping towards the edge of the ramp here, and it's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna try and clock him over the head and knock him out again.
All right.
Let's get rid of him. That was an 18.
Oh yeah, you hit.
I rolled an 8 on that, so.
And
13.
Yes, your stuff does replenish.
It does after sleep. Okay.
After
Short or
a
long?
rest.
Long. Okay.
Long, just long. Yeah, 13 does it. He had 12 life, so you
nice.
You sidestep as he's trying to wrestle you off the edge. you kind of sidestep, and when his momentum sort of like pushes him forward, you just drive the sword up through his belly and into him, and then you kick him off. He doesn't fall off the edge. He lands right in front of you, and that's good because give me a quick perception roll. We'll see how much you notice he has on him.
I rolled a 17.
Yeah, you quickly you see you kind of quickly take note. He's got a gold pouch that you could grab.
Heck yeah.
He's got a pack at his side, which a little like shoulder pack that you don't know what it has, but you could snag that too if you want.
Let's do it.
You have, and he has a brass key on a belt loop.
Ooh.
And of course, he's got his longsword.
Well, I have a battle axe. I don't need another longsword.
Okay, so you grab those items then, and you'll have a chance to look at them later. The gold pouch will be easy on that one. Just put 6 gold crowns.
Okay.
Add them to your total.
I'm at 41 gold now. Yay!
And your max is 50. That's what you can carry in your pouch.
Okay.
And brass key. You've got a brass
Yep.
key. Put that on a special item. That's not a backpack item.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Special items. Okay.
And the shoulder pack is holds 2 items, so you can now carry 10 items.
Okay.
and right now it holds 2 meals.
Ooh, okay.
All right. You turn to enter the tunnel now because there's no reason to stay here.
Oh no, I'm just gonna set up camp here and drink all their wine.
Yeah, take a long rest. A guard appears on the ramp below and he's one of the red armored guards. He sounds the alarm by blowing on a war horn strung around his neck. But you're not sticking around to witness the response to this. With its sound ringing in your ears, you escape into the tunnel at a run. The hoarse cries of the guard echo along the tunnel behind you. You soon reach a section where there are repairs in progress. The whole tunnel seems to be kind of being like re-propped up, like they're rebuilding the ceiling supports.
Mm-hmm.
You can see like there's a cracked roof beam right in front of you. You can hear the running footsteps of more than one guard approaching behind.
Time to keep going. I don't want to necessarily.
Give me a quick, because you're a dwarf and you know mines. Give me a quick perception roll.
Because potentially I could cause a collapse behind me to like cut them off from trying to chase me, but then that would potentially lock me out of continuing on. Perception, you said?
Perception.
16.
Yeah, you do think that's a viable plan. You could potentially knock this loose. You think it would seal off the passage behind you, not in front of you. But you could also, if you do it wrong, I mean, it's a heavy stat. You'll have to make a good blow on it. And if you fail, you'll be wasting time standing here or whacking with a stick. So it's your call.
Let's try and take it down.
All right. You plant your feet. The wooden pillar is stout and firm, and it's going to take a heavy blow to knock it.
Okay.
So go ahead and do you have anything special you want to use here, or are you just going to grab your sword with both hands and go for it?
Just gonna brute force it. Let's do it.
All
so
right.
is this an attack roll, or what am I? The strength roll?
This is a actual attack roll. What are you using to attack the beam?
Oh, I could swap to the battle axe for that. Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to do that?
I mean, actually, the sword with 2 hands would give me an extra 1.
Yeah, it won't work quite that way.
Okay, battle axe? Battle axe sounds better?
Battle axe will be better on this.
Let's do it.
You're going to get a +2 for using the battle axe.
Okay.
Roll a attack roll.
How does an 18 sound?
Nice. You strike it. Now we're just going to see how strong you hit it. What's your damage on that battle axe?
It's a 1d10.
1d10? Mm-hmm. Okay, nice. You're going to get a +1 to this. for using the axe.
Okay.
And actually, we'll give you a +2.
Okay.
And let's see, you get, what's your strength mod?
My strength is +4.
All right, so in total, you're getting a +6 to this. And what you have to roll on damage is a 11 or higher.
Okay. How's a 13 sound?
That sounds higher than 11 to me, if I remember my math skills. So you go ahead, and the prop, you just slam into it with your battle axe. You just kind of like spin it around in your hands, get a good heft, and crack. And the prop begins to splinter and break in two. A shudder runs to the floor, making you stumble and fall, but you quickly regain your footing and sprint to safety, a deluge of earth and stone pouring into the tunnel behind you. A shockwave from the blast hits you squarely in the back and flattens you to the floor. The air is choked with dust. You stagger to your feet and press on, but basically, behind you is the tunnel is completely collapsed. Nice. And it's a good half hour, actually, before you reach a section of the tunnel where the air is clear and still, and the torches are still burning. So you completely collapse that tunnel. Congratulations.
Yay! Mueller, what style does Shard have? She is a Dwarven Paladin.
Who chose? I think he's asking like what fighting style you chose.
Oh, fighting style?
As part of the pun. Yeah.
Which one did I take?
I want to say you took dueling. I'm pretty sure you took dueling. The one that was a melee weapon in one hand and no other weapons. You gain a +2 on damage rolls. I don't know if you've been adding that.
Is that the... Oh, no, I have not. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I distinctly remember you telling me you were taking that one.
Oh, my God. No, I haven't been adding a +2. Ah! New character, who dis?
It's all those concussions she's had from fighting bandits.
God, all right, yeah, +2. Let me mark that down.
Definitely keep that in mind. Yeah, that's funny. This is a consistent thing. I can't remember too. Did you do a feat or did you did ability score improvement?
No, I did a feat. I have the lucky die. I can reroll once.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Perfect.
Not that I've been rolling once. I've been rolling like 3s. Damn it.
All right. Let's see. We're gonna move us on down this tunnel here. I have a little illustration. I have to load it just for a second.
So annoyed. Thanks for reminding me about that, Mueller. I totally forgot.
You do that quite a bit.
I know. I don't know.
It's kind of like a theme. I don't know. It's
every once in a while you guys should check in and be like, "Hey Morgan, are you actually adding everything you need to add when you hit things?" And I'll be like, "Oh yeah, about that." Remember those 3 fights that I almost went down on? I should have just clobbered them, but it's fine.
I think in the end the most important fights it wouldn't have changed things. So
no.
We're okay. All right, so the tunnel soon emerges into a large chamber divided by a deep mine shaft. Let's see. A dark-skinned warrior in tatty leather armor is standing guard at the entrance to a wooden bridge that spans the shaft. He is whittling a block of wood and grumbling to himself about how unfair it is that he's given all the most boring duties. Jackie gets to sit with the wine barrel up at the front of the tunnel, and I wish I was over there. And on the far side of the chamber, a tunnel disappears into the west wall. So if you're going to get to that tunnel, you have to get past the guard and across the bridge. There's really no going back here because you collapsed the tunnel. Mm-hmm. So you're going to have to figure out a way past this guard.
And he's also in the red armor?
He is not. He's in tatty leather armor. He's dark skinned. He doesn't. Give me a history check.
Hmm. Hey Morgan, did I eat something today? Uh no. Oh.
So you have a level of exhaustion then.
Well, that explains why I'm so like loopy from the meds. Good God. History. 16 plus 3, yeah.
Yeah, he's not a northerner, and he's probably not from the land of Ruinon either. Where you're not much into racial profiling because of you are a dwarf. It's been done to you. You don't like it, but you are fairly confident in saying that he is not of this land. Though he is speaking common.
Interesting.
Ha! And Weissmuller asked the same thing. Would he really be grumbling in the last land speech? I'm just going off of what Joe wrote here.
Wonder if I could try bluffing this guy.
Or maybe I'll declare to make it even more sense. I'm gonna declare your other language, actually, which will actually come in handy. So I'm going to give this one to you. Your other language is Vasagonian. Vasagonia is a desert country, somewhat based on kind of a Middle Eastern vibe, more of an Arabian kind of fantasy vibe than modern Iraq or something like that. But
right.
it's definitely got that like fantasy Arabian, Aladdin vibe. And you recognize that he is grumbling not in common, but he's saying all this in Vasagonian. So he is Vasagonian. You don't know why Vasagonians would be here in Ruinon.
Yeah, maybe if I talk to him in Vasagonian also, it'll, and just kind of pretend like I belong there.
You could, that's interesting.
And basically try and get some information as to sympathize, like, man, we get the bum duties, don't we? And like all of us outsiders and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Very, very, very interesting. Let's try that. So what are you doing? What are you coming for? You're gonna try to bluff him, basically.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and bluff.
All right. I'm gonna try something interesting here. Make your bluff roll first.
Make my bluff roll first.
Yes. And then we're gonna have you role play based on what you roll.
Deception?
Deception, yes.
I rolled a 16. 20?
20. That's pretty good. All right.
I rolled pretty good.
Well, yeah, go for it, and no penalties here. Go ahead and give your little story.
Just so you know, guys, I'm really bad at this. Like our buddy with our other group does such a good job of just spinning yarns off at the top of his head. It's fantastic, and like I just never had that talent. So apologies.
And Weissmuller points something out, and I'm glad he did. You took a vow never to lie.
Oh shit!
I had forgotten about that, but yes,
you're
now that
right.
You're a paladin,
my oath of devotion. Crap! I can't lie.
Yeah, keeping you honest here.
Oh crap! I can't deception.
Lie. But you can move forward. So see, it matches your character. He's bad at lying too. Yeah, lying is not.
It's probably because he eats before he starts. I know. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah. I'm just like a mess today.
That's good. That's why we have everybody here. They're here to keep us honest. So, yes, you all have to remember that you're the paladin now. Not those deceptive Kai Lords.
Not the sneak thieves.
Not the sneaky Kai Lords who can lie about anything and steal people's food and their Susans. Yeah, you're gonna So you're gonna have to come up with something else.
Well,
You
I
can speak
could
to
I
him.
could white lie in the sense that I'm not lying, but I'm omitting. Maybe.
I mean, I'd basically say if you want to go for it and speak to him in his language and say something truly honest, like "You will die if you do not let me pass," or "Hey, the tunnels collapsed back there. You should go help your friends." You could come up with something like that.
That's what I was
I
thinking, and just be like,
yeah,
man, the tunnel just came down back there. Like, you may want to go check that out.
yeah.
Like, I barely
Um,
survived that. I was,
let's play that out. Let's play that out. So you go forward, and what are you saying
yeah, with
in
my
his
battle
language?
axe like over my shoulder. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Let's do
it's
it.
just
Let's do it. It's
super
hilarious. I love it.
dramatic. Oh, hang on. We just lost music. I fixed that.
The music is holding
Fix
its
that.
breath.
The music
It's
is
waiting.
ready for the next.
Yeah.
Oh God, I don't know.
And Weissmuller gets a fate point for keeping us
Keeping us
honest.
honest.
Yeah. Actually, straight up, I will do that. Actually, and Weissmuller, I am giving you an inspiration die. You can use it at any time to let Morganite re-roll a roll. It's your call. You get to use it, and you have one. But it's yours, and you can keep it. If you don't use it today's session, you can keep it for any time you're logged in here. But I am giving you an inspiration die. You can spend it to let us reroll rolls. Well, Morganite, not me. But
Make him re-roll all the time, all of his
yeah,
20s.
yeah. Hang on to it for an emergency. And Weissmuller is a backup safety for you now.
Awesome. I'll take it. So yeah, she goes striding up to him, and in his language, which is probably a little bit of a shock, tells him the cave behind us just caved in. You may want to go check on that.
So he sees you
I barely
approaching.
survived. I heard some screaming.
He's looking at you just kind of aghast. I mean, his sword is out. He's like up. He like jumps up, leaps up from his little seat, his stone seat, and he's like he's kind of like not sure. You rolled. I'll give you, instead of the deception roll, I'll give you a persuasion roll. But it's the same.
Then that was an
Whatever.
18 for persuasion. Yeah, we took the same
18
roll.
for persuasion. So yeah, you're like, and he seems where he's like, how did it come down?
The support was weak.
What do you mean?
They hadn't finished shoring up the weak support, and it came down.
How did it come down?
It came down when I went past it. Why do you give a shit about how it came down? It fell down. Who cares?
I'm gonna give you a. I'm gonna give you a.
Didn't you hear the screaming? Come on.
I'm gonna give you another persuasion check here.
Lol.
But you have disadvantage.
Okay.
Because you're being very. You don't really. You
I don't know what to do. Hey, come on. I'm so bad at this. Disadvantage, you said?
Yeah.
Well, I rolled a 9 and a 19. So
Okay.
that's an 11 with my disadvantage.
So because you did not make it, I'm gonna force you right now. You're gonna have to tell him exactly what happened. So he says, so go for it.
Look, I may have hit it with my axe on the way past, and it kind of fell down. So you can go investigate that, or we might have some words.
He's kind of looking you up and down and trying to decide whether to fight you. I'm gonna give him a quick roll to see. Fair enough. He seems, make an intimidation roll.
An intimidation roll. I think I can do that.
Make an intimidation roll.
Yeah, that's a 20.
Okay. He's really intimidated by you. he kind of like edges his way around you and says he says, I was not here. I was helping them clear the tunnel. He says, but if you are here when I come back, you will be killed.
Fair enough.
He runs off. All right, the bridge is clear for you to go.
All right, on the bridge it is then. Okay.
You cross the bridge, and less than 50 yards along the tunnel wall, you notice a lever. You give me a perception check, or you can just pull the lever. Your call.
17.
Yeah, you look around and you see that there's a underside of a wide portcullis hidden between two beams. You're pretty sure this lever will drop the portcullis behind you, closing off the cavern.
Leaving this guy trapped in this cavern. Nice.
Yeah, like basically giving even more barriers between you and your pursuers.
Let's do it.
All right, so you pull the lever and the portcullis falls, seals off the tunnel behind you. There's another lever, there's a lever on both sides of this portcullis,
Mm-hmm.
and you use a wedge of stone to smash the one on their side, so that when you continue forward, there really isn't a good way to open this thing.
Okay.
You're hungry again.
Oh.
Do you want to eat?
Yeah, let's do it. I've got 4
All
meals,
right.
so.
So feeling like you have at least some barriers between you and the guys who are following you, you take a quick break and eat some of the food. Your food for the trip was like kind of like hardtack and rations. The pack you grabbed has actually fresh cheese and some sausage that you think was cooked that morning.
Ooh.
So you might want to wolf that down. It's pretty tasty.
Well, yeah, before it goes bad. Let's do it.
A line of empty ore wagons lie parked along a stretch of track that disappears into the west wall of the gallery you enter about 20 minutes later. So you come into a new gallery, and it's basically lined by these ore wagons, but they're empty. And there's an arched tunnel here, and above it, a flight of wooden stairs leads to a smaller passage lit by a sputtering torch. You can either keep going by the wagon track, or you can go to the stairs if you want.
Let's try the stairs.
Okay. There is an iron-studded door at the end of the passage.
Okay. Any obvious way of opening it? Any noise behind it that I can hear?
Give me a perception check.
That was a nat 20.
Yeah, you put your ear to the door, and there's definitely sounds of voices behind it. They're Vasagonian.
Okay.
With your perception rolls really good, so I'm going to give you a bunch of information. There are at least 4 of them.
Okay.
And you can actually make out what they're saying. They're discussing what to do about an intruder in the mines. Wonder who that is. You decide. Oh no, you don't decide anything. That's the game book taking over. I'm giving you the option here. So what do you want to do? And you also pick up that they are bandits.
Is it this potentially the same bandit group then?
Potentially, yes. Yeah, they're talking about one of them's mentioning about how it would be this is a waste of time. They should be back focusing on taking the fort, which you don't know quite what that means. Another one is saying that that the intruder in the mines could be the same one that escaped earlier from Eschner. So yeah, you put it all together. They're probably the same.
It's the same group of jerk faces that murdered all my guys. I I mean, I'm pretty tanky, but until I get that extra attack per.
Yeah, 4 is a lot to take on.
Yeah, I don't really want to do that. Then let's keep going and back down, and I guess away because I can't go through this door. Then can I snuff out the torches as I go, just to make it a little more of an annoyance when they come behind me?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a pretty easy deal to just
yank them
what
out.
do you have? What do you have? Yeah, just.
Well, I can just yank them out and stick them in the dirt. Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have to make a. We're gonna make a roll.
No! How hard is it to put torches out in the morning?
Yeah, you set yourself on fire.
No!
As you make your way along the no longer torchlit tunnel, I should say, you pass several ore wagons bearing the same design branded upon their wooden sides. It's a cross line above the initials OV, and I actually have a picture of this, so let me grab that and show you so you get a sense of what it is. I'll also say that if you do wish to put out every torch, it is going to slow you down quite a bit, because as I'm looking at this, there's a ton of torches. Like, this is a bright lit area, but you can still do it. I'm just giving you the heads up. You will go slower.
Okay. Is this the right one? This is the right one. Yes? Okay, you there? Hey.
Hello, am I back?
I think you're back. I'm
okay.
rejoining the game in 0 seconds.
Sorry about that. I was trying to upload a picture, and I accidentally just replaced my internet browser with the picture. So basically shut everything down, and it was just a big lone wolf picture. So that was fun. We'll cut that out of the YouTube video.
Oh yeah.
So there's the there's the symbol that you see. It's the seal of, well, actually, no. Let's make a history check on this. It's not going to be too hard, but I want to let you roll for it.
History, 18.
18. That is plenty. You recognize the symbol of Orin Vanilund, who's the Baron of Ruinon, and it confirms that you are headed in the right direction, because this is clearly leading to the land of Ruinon. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take a quick. I know everybody likes to see my kitty here. Let's see if I can spot her. She's been sleeping next to me this whole time. That's why we haven't seen an appearance from Cute Nukem today. She's just been passed out.
Wow.
It's been very cute, I have to say. Anyway, you hear the sound of approaching footsteps suddenly, echoing along the tunnel ahead. Mm-hmm. They are quickly becoming louder, and they're accompanied by the sounds of shouting and the cracks of whips.
Is there a dark part of the tunnel I can duck into at all, or?
You could dart into, there's shadows in the tunnel wall. You could also dive into one of the empty ore wagons. Your call.
Well, they're probably going to come grab the empty ore wagons if they're bringing more ore down.
Your decision.
Let's go try and hide in some shadows in a corner there.
All right, you pull into the shadows and wait with bated breath as a line of haggard men are filed past your barely concealed hiding place. You're basically hiding in the shadows where you put out the torches. Mm-hmm. The warriors curse as they draw near, because you see the escort now. It's an escort of bandit warriors, and they basically are in front of them are what look like maybe civilians, but they're being beaten and whipped, and the bandits are cursing because the lights have been turned off. Mm-hmm. And they're grabbing torches off the walls behind them and trying to move forward. You're going to actually get, because you took the time to turn off the torches, you're going to get an advantage on your stealth roll here, so go for it.
As I try and keep running past him?
Actually, what I'll do is give me a basic stealth roll, no advantage. I'm going to give them disadvantage on perception.
Okay. 14.
Cool. They rolled 13.
Ooh.
That was really lucky. Like they come really close to you, but just because of your small stature and the fact that there are shadows from the lights you put out, you are able to duck back into the recesses of the tunnel, and as they force their slaves to grab holds of wagons and push them up the tunnel, and they are soon gone from view.
Cool. Let's keep
What
going.
are you doing? Continuing?
Let's get out of here.
All right, so when you're sure the coast is clear, you step back into the tunnel and press on. Are you still turning out torches as you go, or are you just moving on now?
Probably every couple of them to make it difficult to see, but I don't need to like douse all of them.
Okay. So you go, taking care to put out some torches and give yourself some shadows to hide in. You don't see anything else until you reach a point where the tunnel emerges into daylight.
Ooh, I made it.
To your left, a dense... Is it copse? Is that how they say that? A copse of trees?
I believe so.
Is that what it is? I think it's copse. A dense copse has been cut back from the entrance, and wagon tracks lead to a timber gantry above a mound of ore. The men and the guards who passed you are now at the gantry, but they fail to see you. They fail to see you sprint back from the entrance and dive into the trees. So you take a brief pause for breath, and then you set off through the trees towards Ruinon. All right. I threw up another picture here. You're gonna spot this.
That is a creepy-looking sun.
yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly. That's how old heraldry was.
God.
It was miserable. All right, let me close some of these windows here, and we'll get back. So, the trees are alive with the sound of music. No, the sound of bandits. They're alive with the sound of bandits.
Oh, God.
I don't know quite what that sounds like. I'm going to say it's more of a sound. But your quick wits and Kai's skills prevent you from being... well, you don't have...
I don't have any Kai skills!
That's the first of the slip-ups. That is the first of the slip-ups from changing it over from Lone Wolf. We're going to say your White of the Night mountain skills.
There we go.
Prevent you from being seen by them. Eventually, you reach the edge of the copse and find yourself staring out across an expanse of open plain towards Ruinon. The sight that lies before you is very disquieting. Much of the mining town has been burnt to the ground. The blackened ruins of what were once shops, cottages, and taverns are now little more than smoldering mounds of charcoal. You are beginning to feel the worst, that Ruinon has been totally destroyed, when a gentle breeze clears the haze of wood smoke, hanging like a gray curtain over the ruins. Inside the perimeter of ruined buildings, a barricade has been thrown up around a tower of stone, and above the tower, a tattered flag still flies, bringing renewed hope. That is the sun flag of Summerland, edged with a band of white braid, the cavalry standard of the King's Guard Regiment. Looks like you may have found the King's Guard that you were looking for.
Potentially.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Perception. 18.
Okay, so you hear it. You hear behind you the sudden crack of a twig.
Okay. So I'm gonna turn around and see what the heck's going on.
Yeah, there are 3 bandits creeping towards the trees towards you, and I want you to they're holding spears. Make another perception check.
17.
Their spears are coated with a clear, sticky fluid, and you may recognize it. What's your what's your skills in like nature? Do you have a proficiency in nature?
No.
Okay, then you don't recognize it.
Well, probably don't want to get hit by it.
Probably not. I mean, that's just safe to assume that anything they've put on here is not It's not like they didn't put candy on their spears uh, to make them taste better when they shove them through your throat. That's not what they did. If you wish to, what are you doing? You can charge away from them, or you can attack them. There's 3 of them.
Charge away from them towards the city, I guess.
All right, so it's an open plain, 800 yards away. Go ahead and you basically dash out.
Yep.
And behind you, you hear in Vasagonian the bandits cursing, basically saying, like, she spotted us, we got to give chase. And from all along the forest edge, suddenly groups of bandits are emerging from the trees,
Oh boy.
scolded by their bullying sergeants for allowing you to escape. So the first 100 yards you've already crossed when they emerge, and you hear them cursing and saying, shoot her down, shoot her down. And arrows are beginning to fall around you. I'm actually going to make you take a dex save here.
Okay. Dex. 19. Yay.
That's enough. I'm not even going to give them a roll. You are ducking and weaving, making yourself a difficult target for the archers.
She's a dwarf.
And gradually you move faster than they think you could. You're a little bit slower than Lone Wolf would be. You only have a 25-foot speed, but you're dashing, so you're getting 50 foot every turn. They are far enough behind you that you'll reach the tower before they catch you. And you're kind of smiling to yourself at their futile attempts to stop you.
Now the question is, if I get there and then it's more bandits, and I'm like, damn it! Well, I tried.
Before you can kind of deal with that problem, your confidence is shaken by a snarl behind you. You turn and see, not too far away from the woods to your right, a snarling pack of Vasagonian warhounds has broken out of the woods.
Great.
They are off the leash and hungry for blood. You are 500 yards from Ruinon, and the warhounds are closing in. What do you wish to do?
I'm not gonna make it there before they get to me, huh?
You don't know. You could try to speed up and just like push yourself.
Take some exhaustion potentially.
Yeah, potentially.
Stop to pet the puppies. Yeah, I don't think snarling warhounds are gonna like go for a friendly dwarf there. My animal handling isn't that great either.
I know, it's a shame you don't have the lone wolf animal kinship.
I know.
Though you'd be at disadvantage with that anyways. They are trained warhounds.
Mm-hmm.
You're just picturing the thought of warhound fangs closing and tugging on your skin.
I mean, pretty much she's gonna keep running. I may cast... Hunter's Mark, or Ready Hunter's Mark to cast, or something like that.
Like ready a spell?
Yeah.
Basically. That'll take an action, so you could move slower and be prepping your spell.
No, let's keep running.
Alright. So you try to ignore your aching legs and the fear that knots your stomach by forcing your concentration on the sun flag, a fluttering symbol of hope in the distance. Your face is streaked with sweat, and your lungs feel as though they will burst, but you dare not slacken your pace.
Mueller, it's one of my spells. I do actually have it. It is available to paladins.
Yeah, I think it is, actually. I'm pretty sure.
I found it in the player's handbook.
Yeah.
Under paladin spells.
Yeah. Paladins are hunters in their own. They're hunters of justice.
Right.
Injustice, I guess. So yeah, I'd say it.
I definitely don't have Goliath Slayer or anything fun like that, though.
I'd have to check actually and see if it's one of them. I can't remember now. I
looked it up. It totally is. I was super excited when I saw it in the list.
I have a list right here. Let me just take a quick look.
Yeah.
What's your
It's Paladin.
level 1?
Yeah, they're all level 1 spells.
It is not a paladin spell.
It's not? What? It totally was in the handbook.
I don't think so.
Where did I see it then? What the hell?
I'll take another look. I'll always stop for a quick rules
Hang on.
check.
Pretty sure. Cause like, I was sitting there with Tyler, and we were going through the whole thing.
Well, Tyler's unreliable.
Oh, come on!
Let me see. It didn't show it in my my online list, but yeah, I don't see it on there. I'm looking in the book now.
Hang on. The hell did I pull that from?
Your ass.
No! I was sitting with Tyler when we were building my character. I wouldn't have pulled that out of nowhere.
Maybe Tyler pulled it out of his ass.
What?
Did you? Mama asked us you check this and you were sick.
I know. No, I built this character before I got whatever the hell I'm having.
Had you eaten that day? Come on.
My God.
Oh, let's see what other spells you took that
No!
you pulled off. Like acid splash and fireball.
No, I definitely don't have those on my listing.
And Weissmuller's going to be racking up those inspiration dice.
Crap! I totally thought I did. Hang
on. You can take. I mean, there's a lot of spells like that do stuff like that. I mean, you could take Searing Smite, which.
Well, I already have that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good one. You could take Heroism, which is a buff on you. You could take Compelled Duel, which is always fun, although you're doing a lot of one-on-ones already.
Yeah, it's not like I need to, like, make that happen.
I mean, Heroism is a pretty solid one. You can touch yourself. And there's no good way to talk about D&D.
I know.
But you can touch yourself and keep yourself from being frightened. And when did you get time stop? Yeah, exactly. And give yourself temporary hit points.
Yeah.
You can also take
where did I pull that from?
Probably the one that would make the most sense if you want to replace that effect is Divine Favor, which gives you an extra D4 radiant damage on all your hits with your weapon. It's a bonus action to cast, and so you can cast it and attack a lot like Hunter's Mark, and you can keep doing damage.
That's so weird, because, like, I legit sat down with him for, like, 2 hours going through this character. What the hell? I'm gonna have to try and track down why I thought I had that. That really bothers me.
I would recommend... You're losing it.
I'm going insane, apparently. Jeez.
I would recommend replace it with Divine Favor. It's basically their version of it.
Right.
You can use it as a bonus action, so you could even dash right now and still cast Divine Favor. And then you just have it ready to go.
Right.
So every attack you make has an extra D4 of radiant damage. Very similar spell. A little different, but...
Aspect of Might? Maybe. Let me see.
Aspect of Might is not on here.
That's not on my list either, yeah.
So.
The heck? Oh, wait. No, I do. It was the Seer. It was one of the Seer spells.
Oh, was it from the Sage?
I think it's one of the Sage spells. Yeah, I got a couple things from the Sage. Hang on, was that it?
I could look. I don't usually the backgrounds will give you spells.
It gave me proficiency in Arcana and History.
Unless you're okay. What it might have been is, let me see, the Paladin. You
might
might have taken
dwarf bonus.
It might have been from your oath.
My oath? I don't know.
Yeah, you get special spells from your oath at level 3. Because you took an oath of devotion, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you gain protection from evil and good in Sanctuary. And you get special channel divinity spells. I don't even know if you knew that.
Yeah, I haven't had need to use them yet. I only
Okay,
get like
cool.
one per day kind of thing. So.
Yeah, without that, I can't see where it would have come from.
Wow. Okay. Well, apparently I was high on medication or something, but.
No, NY Spieler, you do not get an extra point of inspiration, only because there's a max of one. Max of one inspiration die. Otherwise, you'd be loaded with them.
Yeah, protection from good and evil sanctuary. What in the heck? How did that happen? Okay.
We'll say you were confused. You thought you had Hunter's Mark.
I totally thought I had Hunter's Mark. Wow. All right.
It was actually Divine Smite. So are you casting that now?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, sweet. So we're gonna go ahead and make you take an athletics check, and I'm gonna do it versus the dogs to see if they can catch up. Okay, they rolled pretty good. If you can beat, I'll tell you what they rolled. If you can beat let me look them up. Where are they?
What is this? Athletics?
Yeah, if you can beat a 21.
I rolled an 18.
Okay, so the warhounds lope towards you at an unnerving speed. You see their great red-lipped jaws clearly and hear the clacking of their fangs. You fight to control your breathing, to concentrate all of your skills on running, but soon you realize they're going to catch up to you, and you spin around and get ready to face them. You know you have to dispatch them quickly and with precision if you're to avoid being torn to pieces. Two dogs,
all right,
faster than their brothers, break free of the pack and have closed upon you. They leap simultaneously, their slavering jaws spread wide for attack. Let's go ahead and make our initiative rolls. 11 for them. And then we'll probably stop after this combat.
19.
19, awesome. You're going to go first.
Okay.
So there's two of these dogs. And others are approaching, so you have to be quick.
All right.
Or else you're going to have to fight more after this. All right.
Let's try and hit them with my sword as hard as I can.
All right. And I'm going to put a picture up to set the mood here.
22 to hit. I think I did.
Oh, yeah. You hit one of them for sure. Remember your Divine Smite.
Yes, so I get a +4 to my +7.
No. It's a 1d4 to your damage.
Oh, additional. 1d4. Okay. Where's the D4?
It's like
D4. There it is. I have 1d4. I can't lose it. Come here.
Getting a lot of pictures popping up.
Nice.
All right.
16 for that hit.
16. Nice. Yeah. You just dive forward and roll, striking at one of the bellies of these beasts as it passes above you, and it howls with pain and tumbles lifeless to the ground. You're back on your feet as the next warhound attacks.
I'm not making up rules, Mama. I just apparently was high on meds. I can't help it. I can't help it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
The other dog is on you.
Okay.
It roll. Ooh, I don't think it hits you. What's your AC?
18.
Yeah, it rolls a 15.
Nope.
So it tries to close its jaws around you, and you push forward your shield, because you're using the sword and shield combo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you used your +2 as well to your duelist.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. So yeah, you're just blocking it with your shield, and it's your turn to strike again.
Okay. 22 to hit.
20, you hit.
Oop, oop, oop. Ah, that rolled off the table. 13 that time, not as good.
No, no, not as good. It's still alive. You managed to slice it with your blade. You cut all down its side. But these are big dogs. It's gonna try to bite you back. It crits.
Mm.
So you think it like falls over as you strike it, and you see like your radiant blade just like leave a searing flame through its side, like a white flash, and you think it's dead. But when you're going to like back off and start running again, suddenly it leaps back to its feet and gets you unawares, closing its jaws around your throat for 9 damage. And it's trying to pull you down to the ground. Make a strength check.
22 again.
Okay, so you shove it off, and you're gonna get this one more shot to kill it. It's your turn to make an attack.
Okay. Sorry, how much damage did it do?
It did 9 to you,
Okay.
tearing at your neck.
Okay. 18 to hit.
Nice. Okay. You hit it. It's got 7 life left.
15. It's down.
Okay, nice. So yeah, you take it down and turn back, and there are 3 more dogs coming. You just start running again.
Mm-hmm.
At 400 yards, you can see that the barricade and watchtower are inhabited, but at this distance, the faces you can see are only a line of small pink dots on the walls. At 300 yards, you run into some gruesome remains where the corpses of bandits lie twisted on the ground, most killed by arrows. Many have lain in the open for weeks. A flock of startled carrion crows rise shrieking from their feasts as you race through the bodies. You turn away in disgust. Suddenly, a new sound drifts across the plain, the sound of cheering. The beleaguered defenders have spotted you and recognized your green Kai cloak.
No, they haven't.
I got so into reading
You
that.
really did. You were like so into that.
I was loving that. I was loving that moment. That's too funny. They've recognized just you and your bright armor, your white.
I'm not a bandit. Cloak, yeah.
Your white cloak, which is actually covered with the insignia of the Knight of the White Mountain, and they see that you're charging from the bandits. You are at 200 yards. You just passed the ruins of a burned-out cottage when you see a man crouched in the ruined cottage, and he is raising a bow and taking aim at you. And I'm going to make a quick roll here. Okay, he crits as well.
Oh my god. Okay.
That's another 10 damage.
All right, I'm still standing.
Except that I'm gonna make a die 100 roll here. Hold on. Okay, you make a die 100 roll. Actually, let's make you do it.
Mm-hmm. I don't like it when you make me do these. God, 43.
The arrow has pierced your leg, and you pitch forward into the mud and the ash. He is taking aim now at your head, and we're going to stop there.
No!
That'll be our stopping point for this week.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah, we'll actually have a cliffhanger this time, a full-on cliffhanger. And I'll throw up a picture that matches that. Let's get that going. So I think I have a picture of him. Maybe I don't. Never mind. I thought I had a picture of him.
Okay, well, on that note.
I did not. We'll
disappointment.
We'll end with disappointment. Oh, no, wait. I have a picture of him. Hold on. Here it is. So thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Sorry you're still not feeling good, but I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, that husky voice, it was something else.
Well, yeah, we'll see what ends up happening, guys. I'm still dealing with this ongoing health issue that I went in for the ER for a couple weeks ago. So I've got another visit lined up, and we're trying to get ahead of that. But yeah, but I can breathe and I can like talk again, which is wonderful, because for like 4 days there I just flat out couldn't talk. I was in so much pain with the throat stuff. So yeah, thanks for hanging out, everyone. I really enjoyed this, and thanks for calling me on my shit there. Like I don't know where I swear to God, like Tyler and I sat there for like 2 hours discussing this character, and brain fart. I don't know.
I love it. Honestly, I think like part of D&D is, I know some people try to rush through the rules stuff and like pretend that, they just kind of make it up on the fly, and they have like these rules of like, we will never open the book while we're playing. But I like that part of the game. I think it's part of the experience. Like, part of D&D for me is sitting around with a group of friends. Like, I mean, part of it is you arguing about the rules and going, wait a minute, what did I forget of my character, and how the hell did I get this spell? And that's a big part of just the hangout piece of D&D for me. So I'm glad we get to do that here too.
Yeah.
I'll try not to let it interrupt the stream too much, but I think it's part of the hang.
Oh man. All right, everybody. Have a great one, and we'll see you soon.